here, I've been helping people overcome CRF for more than 10 years now, and I've met people who were actually able to reverse it. And there is one simple yet extremely effective way to do this. Find efficient ways to vigorously decrease the amount of scores your body has to filter every day. I'm talking about excess sugar, excess phosphorus, excess acid, and excess creatinine. Now, this is a tested and tried method. I've personally met people that after being able to get rid of uremic toxins, uric acid and creatinine, naturally, had a huge improvement in GFR at their next test. Yes, there are scores that are known to directly damage the filtering units of the body. Today, we will see some of the most effective ways to get rid of them naturally and to achieve a better GFR and lowered creatinine levels fast. So during the next 4 days, we are going to start one cleansing good habit per day with just one goal in mind. Day 1, let's start. During the first day, we are going to take care of excess sugar. We are going to do that with this. And you know what the best part is? This is going to help everyone, not just people with T2D. Because while sugar may be extremely bad for those with T2D, excess sugar is also the #1 cause in the world of HBP. Yes, that's why I recommend everyone to take care of this issue. Here's how to avoid that. First, in a glass, add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Yes, this is really going to help. You see, ACV is actually proven to help you lower sugar levels in the body. Studies have documented improved sugar levels in people with T2D who drinks ACV regularly. And this is especially helpful if you drink it before the main meal of the day. Your body is going to process the sugar in it without spikes in your sugar levels. Now remember that you want raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized ACV to get these benefits. Second, let's also add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, preferably from an organic lemon. While lemon juice tastes sour and acidic, studies found that it actually has alkaline effects on the body. Another major property of lemon is that it helps controlling sugar levels. Yes, these fruits are considered superfoods by the ADA because they slow down the absorption of carbs during a meal. Next, a couple of spices that will really help. First, cinnamon. We need half of teaspoon. According to recent research, this spice may really help regulating sugar levels. Studies have shown that cinnamon can lower fasting sugar level by 10 to 29% in people with T2B, which is very significant. Last, some cayenne pepper. This is a powerful, natural anti-inflammatory. Add just a pinch. Also add enough warm water. Drink this before the main meals for a few weeks to really jumpstart your system. Second day, let's see how to take care of one of the worst hidden dangers for people with CRF, phosphorus. Now, having too high phosphorus levels is worse than most people realize. High phosphorus may directly cause mineral buildup in the system, leading to dangerous blockages. High phosphorus levels might also trigger the release of PTH, which puts the body in a state of persistent inflammation. Clearly, not something we want. Now, there is a little known way to prevent this. This is a very powerful natural supplement that may be used to help with several issues. It may also directly lower creatinine levels by binding to uremic scores in the intestines, reducing the number of waste products that the body has to filter. This is activated charcoal. If you have never used it, activated charcoal, or AC in short, is used by many people for its benefits. It works because 1 teaspoonful of AC has more surface area than a football field. This makes it extremely absorbent, and once ingested, it acts like a powerful scrub for your body. And this property also extends to phosphorus. Recent study found out that taking AC may significantly decrease phosphorus levels in all the stages of CRF and protect from the dangers associated. We are talking about reducing by 2/3 the chance of developing hyperphosphatemia here in people in stage 3 and 4. And that's an impressive result. Now, AC is very easy to use and may be added to meals and drinks. It's also safer than many other phosphate binders, and that's why it's being studied. I still recommend you to schedule an appointment and check if this supplement is safe for you before trying it. Third day, we are now going to take care of the second leading cause of CRF. HBP in short is not just a cause of CRF, it's also caused by it. This is why every single person with CRF should find a way to control it naturally if they want their GFR to improve. And there is one drink that may seriously help. So let's do something you can drink every morning that will help you control this issue. It will take just 2 minutes, and this is going to be 100% natural, no added sugar and no added chemical juice that you can drink every day. To make it, first you want 1 apple. Dice it and put the slices in your juicer. Apples are incredibly good for people with CRF since they are packed with antioxidants and polyphenols. Both these natural compounds help stabilizing HBP. Now up next, there is a beet. Let's add 1 to our juicer. This small veggie right here is considered by science one of the most powerful superfoods when it comes to lowering HBP. You see, this little root has been gaining popularity due to recent studies proving its efficacy as a vasodilator. Beets contain natural plant nitrates that turn into nitric oxide in the body, a powerful aid to lower creatinine levels. Now, some people think that beets are too high in potassium to be regularly present on the table of those with CRF. One medium-sized beet contains about 250 milligrams of potassium. Now, current guideline on the other hand says that potassium is not really an issue despite what most have been taught for decades. So the days of having to avoid bananas and potatoes may be finally over. More about this in my video up here if you want to know more. But don't go away yet. Still one part is missing to our juice. Third superfood here is ginger. Ginger is not just here to help you with HBP, even if it really helps. The many peculiarities of ginger include soothing an upset stomach, helping with menstrual cramps, and contributing to weight loss. But there are even studies on people with CRF showing that ginger has the ability of directly lowering creatinine levels. This is because ginger is loaded with bioactive compounds and nutrients that are helpful for our brain and body. It helps fight inflammation and it helps removing cadmium, a dangerous heavy metal. And our juice is ready to drink. 1 cup a day was all that people needed to help controlling their BP in a study. So if you decide to make this juice a daily habit, remember to check your pressure regularly. Now guys, HBP is a significant issue, and if you want to know more about the ways to solve it naturally, this video up here is for you. But don't go away yet, there is one more thing we want to take care of. Why are uremic toxins so important for us? You see, these kind of scores should never be present in too high amount in the body. When the filtering organs are working properly, they are able to get rid of all these scores. In fact, one of the main indicators of GFR decline is the increased presence of a certain score called creatinine. Creatinine and urea are the 2 main uremic toxins, and removing them before they can do damage means directly improving GFR. This is why finding ways to remove these scores naturally on a daily basis is something I recommend every single CRF sufferer. And what I prefer to use to do that is acacia fiber. Acacia fiber is the gum that's naturally exuded by the acacia tree. The reason why acacia fiber is interesting to us is its ability to actually absorb these scores before they get in the system. This effect is so powerful, it was used in 9 people who needed RRT. But they didn't receive it. They were only given acacia fiber and that lowered their creatinine level so efficiently that some of them were able to go on for years without any form or RRT. Now guys, if you want to know more about acacia fiber, there is a link down in the description where you can buy it from the best brands and also find all the info you need about it. Check it out! Or you can watch my video about it up here. Hello, is this a research lab? My name is DF and my kidney failed. My GFR is less than 5. I have been dependent on the D machine for all my life. Yes, I do 3 sessions a week at the center in town, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be tied to a machine. I want to participate in your trial. DF decided that day that she wouldn't be dependent of the big D machine anymore. DF is a 22-year-old woman born with a genetic condition, presenting to the center of her last session with the D machine of her life. A miracle happened in the life of someone who really needed it, and we are going to witness it. DF, a woman born with a genetic condition, went from needing 3 sessions a week with the D machine to complete freedom in just 1 week. And this is no work of fiction. What we are going to witness today is based on a case report that was published in a prestigious peer-reviewed journal and which is supported by scientific evidence. And I've been working with people suffering from this kind of problems for more than 10 years now, and I've met countless people who were all told the same thing by professionals. There is nothing we can do. We just wait for ESRF and then you start the big D. And you know what one of the worst parts is? Somehow, it's always all your fault. Professionals always seem to find a reason why you have this problem, which is entirely up to you. Something you did, something you eat, it's always your fault. Now imagine telling that to someone who is 22, or even worse, to someone who is not even old enough to understand what you are saying. It's not common to see a 22-year-old ending up with ESRF. Let's see how this happened to her. It was clear since the beginning that poor DF never had a chance. There was nothing she could have done to prevent ending up needing RRT. In the case of DF, it wasn't her fault, and no one could have told her that. DF reached the final stage way too soon. She was born with a genetic condition that caused her nephrons to stop working completely. Nephrons are the filtering units of the kidney. During her entire life, she was constantly suffering from uremic signs caused by renal issues, even without knowing it. The researchers following her case believe that even her growth was hindered by her problem. And they eventually found out what was causing her to reach ESRF so soon. DF was suffering from a genetic form called chronic glomerulonephritis. This is a form of RF caused by one or more genes not working correctly. Some people are born with it and there's nothing they can do except RRT or the big D. But this was not the case for DF because she was part of a trial that found a working alternative to RRT. But despite having a GFR lower than 5 since the day she was born, this woman was eventually able to avoid RRT or the big D. You see, she was just enrolled in a trial that would change her life forever. A very promising trial, a trial that brought us one of the most useful supplements you can find today. A natural nutrient that was going to completely stop her need for the big D. This natural supplement you see here has incredible properties. It's a natural free radical scavenger, meaning that it protects the body from the number one cause of aging. Most importantly, when assumed orally in large doses, it actually acts as a natural form of... This is a soluble fiber that acts like a brush in the intestine. And when DF started to take this, what happened to her is simply incredible. And as I was saying, these findings changed the field of nephrology completely. Yes, what you see here is called acacia fiber. Now, what you should know about this supplement is that it is perfectly safe. It's not an allergen, it's not modified, and it's completely natural. It's very often used in packaged foods to preserve their freshness, so probably you already had some of it without knowing. But clearly, there is a difference in the way someone will take acacia fiber as a supplement compared to what you will get in packaged foods. Now, a very important question, is this really proven to work, and how can you benefit from these findings? As I was saying, the FKs really changed things in the scientific community. Many studies were done on people with renal issues after this incredible result. More recently, this supplement was also tested in other people with issues similar to that of DF. 36 people currently undergoing RRT were trialed with it for 3 months, and they all had significant improvements in creatinine levels, urea, and other parameters. Now, even more incredible, in 2019, the same researcher that helped DF decided to help even more people because he really believes in this supplement as a way to replace RRT. So he did another trial, larger this time. He tested this supplement in 9 people. All of them were undergoing RRT before starting acacia fiber, AF in short. Now the incredible part, all of them were able to stop RRT to avoid the need for the big D machine thanks to AF. Some of them for 2 years and one even for 8 years. Now guys, this story is quite amazing and gives us new hope for all those in need for RRT. And seeing the impressive results these researchers were able to achieve with DF, there's one question that absolutely needs an answer. Can you still benefit from acacia fiber if you are in stage 3 or 4? Yes, absolutely. It's clear as per scientific evidence that acacia fiber can help lower creatinine levels in all the stages. This is a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant that scavenges free radicals in the body. Now, while the main advantage of AF is another, don't underestimate this benefit. You see, many researchers believe that antioxidants are the new frontier when it comes to improving the filtering ability of the renal system, when it comes to lowering creatinine levels. And by the way, I really believe that really all of us can seriously benefit from antioxidants. Science says that they can greatly delay the need for RRT in people with CKD. But it's clear that someone who's taking acacia fiber to, avoid the need for RRT needs way more than antioxidants, no matter how powerful they are. And in fact, the main advantage of this powerful natural element is another. You see, this fiber is able to bind when entering the intestine through remictactins. Now, if someone is in need to avoid RRT, the only way to achieve that today is relying on a substance that can get rid of what causes all the problems related to ESRF. And a way to tell if these cores are present in someone's body is creatinine. And well, speaking of which, be prepared to be shocked. DF was able to completely stop RRT just 1 week after starting to take AF. And researchers had to monitor her creatinine levels to make sure she wasn't risking anything. Incredibly, after just 21 days, her creatinine dropped from 15.32 milligrams per DL to 3.39 milligrams per DL, which is what someone in stage 3 would have. But after some time, her creatinine went even lower at just 2.3 milligrams per DL, which is frankly astonishing. Now we will see if DF's story eventually had a happy ending in a moment. Before that, let's take a look at how the supplement can actually help you from a practical point of view. As usual, remember to consult with a professional before changing anything in your regimen. Today, many people are already using AF. We have tons of data about it, and we know that taking it the right way is key to get the results wanted. AF was tested in many studies in quantities ranging from 10 to 30 grams per day, depending on various factors. For example, someone who wants to take care of their sugar levels would benefit from around 20 grams a day of AF. Around 15 grams taken before meals were used to control cholesterol levels. AF is usually in powder and mixed with a large glass of water several times per day. Using enough water is an important step because it's dietary fiber we are talking about here. And adding 15 to 20 grams of soluble dietary fiber to the diet is a sure way to get great benefit for the gut. Now, it also comes with a couple of potential unwanted facts. First, never take it without enough water. Also, soluble fiber might slow down the absorption of other substances, so don't take it at the same time as things that may be important. Cache fiber is very safe, however, and a lot of people use it every day. The supplement is also cheap and easy to find and can make all the difference in the world for those wanting to avoid RRT as long as possible. So let's see how it ended for DF, shall we? Does DF's story have a happy ending? When the DF case was published, it was some kind of a record in the world of nephrology. It never happened before that a person as young as DF and with a GFR as low as what she had was able to avoid RRT for as long as she was able to. 4 years. DF was able to achieve 4 years of beautiful, immensely significant freedom. Unfortunately, the case study doesn't go any farther, but we know that her well-being immensely improved during these 4 years, because when her problem was under control with AF, the researchers that were following her were able also help her with other problems she had. This is why I'm inclined to believe that the reason why they stopped the trial so successful after 4 years was the transplant. I want to believe that she finally was in good shape enough to receive this immense gift and joy in life with a renowned sense of freedom. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more stories from scientific literature, this video up here may interest you. Hey RJ, do you know I have a new product for you? It will make your hair beautiful. A mom of two had a new haircut. This is how she ended up in the emergency room. RJ is a 41-year-old mother of two. She is presenting to the ER with chief complaint of anuria. She also has severe weakness, nausea, and vomiting. She was very pale, and her husband was sustaining her because she was barely able to stand. After examination, she is found to have been suffered a serious damage. Tests say that she is in stage 3 AKI. This is bad! Stage 3 of AKI means that her creatinine was 3 times or more higher than normal. In just a few hours, RJ is going to need emergency RRT. But how is it possible that a woman without any previous conditions is now fighting for her life? Catherine here. Welcome today to a new mystery from the emergency room. This is a very recent case study. It was published the 4th of January 2023 as a part of an original investigation on the journal AJKD. And the reason why today I'm showing you the story of RJ is because there is a very important lesson to learn from her. You see, what caused her problems is a very common product that's way more dangerous than people realize. Now, this is an ongoing crisis today, and we still don't have a complete picture about the scope of the danger. So make sure to watch the whole video and to share it with people who may be interested, because this really is a mystery. Between 2019 and 2022, 26 women without any pre-existing condition that could explain this ended up in the emergency room, all of them due to a sudden, serious damage to their filtering organs, also known as AKI. In some of them, the injury was so severe that they needed to receive emergency RRT while in the hospital. Now the strange part, before ending up in the ER, none of them had anything in common. Their age was ranging from 18 to 58 and they were all from different locations. They were from different paths in life and different jobs. Some didn't even have a job. They only had in common one thing. They were all women and they all had hairs. Let's make a step back now and let's see how RJ, our protagonist, and a mom of two, developed a damage so serious she had to receive emergency RRT. Just a few weeks before, RJ was going through a rough patch in her life. She just had the worst fight with her husband. So bad, RJ's husband ended up leaving her alone with her two young children. After a couple of days, RJ decided that what was going to make her feel better was a new haircut. However, she didn't know about one hidden danger. Now at home, RJ wasn't feeling good. How is it possible that every time I get a new haircut, I also get a bellyache, she thought. Maybe I will sleep a little and it will get better, she thought. But it didn't. The day after, the nausea was even stronger. RJ notices another worrying detail. She hasn't used the bathroom for more than 24 hours now. That day was the worst day of her life. RJ didn't know what to do or who to call. But she was so worried and she was feeling so unwell that she decided to try and talk to her husband anyway. Will he help RJ? Without she knowing anything about what was happening, her nephrons and tubules, the filtering units of the body, were being torn apart. Some unknown and mysterious toxin was releasing a huge amount of oxalate inside her body. Now there is an organ in the body that's supposed to filter out oxalate. However, under certain circumstances, oxalate may bind to minerals and form crystals that can lead to serious damage inside this organ. These oxalate crystals have been seen to wreak havoc inside the tubules and nephrons, the filtering units of the body. We have seen in the past cases of people getting dangerously high oxalate levels due to foods they eat, in some cases due to pre-existing conditions or supplements. But RJ did none of these things. Hey RJ, I'm here. I'll take you to the hospital. Don't worry. I'll take care of the kids. And she's brought to the ER where we are now. After being put on RRT, the hospital staff needed to understand what was happening to our protagonist RJ. And they were starting to get worried. A 41-year-old woman without any risk factor for calcium oxalate stones needing RRT due to AKI is not something you see every day. Question: what is AKI and why is it so worrisome? AKI is usually a non-permanent damage to the nephrons and tubules that constitute the filtration system. However, acute can turn into chronic if the source of the damage is not removed in a timely way. If the damage is repeated over time, it may become permanent. And something that causes an injury so serious it raises creatinine levels 3 times or more, like in RJ cases, may easily cause a permanent loss of GFR. This could mean a lifetime on RRT. Laboratory investigations revealed a serum creatinine of 3.46 mg per dl. 1 year prior to the event, her creatinine was 0.6 mg per dl, meaning that she has received a very serious damage in a very short amount of time. Her history, however, wasn't going to give any clue to those examining her. A few years ago, RJ underwent an operation of sleeve gastrectomy. She is also suffering from hypothyroidism. The ER staff knows pretty well that none of these conditions can cause AKI. However, she also hasn't changed the way she was eating recently, nor started to take any supplement at all. And well, besides getting a new haircut, RJ spent most of the previous days at home being a good mother for her children. It was clear now that the cause of the damage was something never seen before. This is why the ER staff was really worried. RJ was now being questioned about what she did during the previous days. They asked her all sorts of questions. RJ, have you eaten or drunk anything that can explain this damage? Are you taking NSAIDs regularly, or maybe a proton pump inhibitor? Have you been exposed to anything at all? Her answers were all negative, and she was not lying. What caused her injury was something never seen before. I straightened my hair 2 days ago, and then I started to feel nauseated. Could that be the problem? It's really unlikely. And yes, that was a bad decision by the staff. Now the worst part, after her, between 2019 and 2022, 25 more women suffered from the same mysterious and dangerous injury. The hospital staff was stumped now. Nothing made sense. There was only one thing to do now. An invasive procedure was their last chance to understand what was happening. What the biopsy found out was an acute tubular necrosis, acute interstitial nephritis, and glomerular damage. What all that means is that there were calcium oxalate depositions that were literally tearing apart the tissue inside RJ kidneys. This is a condition called acute oxalate nephropathy, which is usually caused by a huge intake of something either containing oxalate or causing oxalate to form inside the body. However, what was causing all this oxalate to form inside RJ's body was still a mystery at this point. Was she even going to be able to recover? A nurse was talking to RJ when she noticed something no one else noticed before, a scalp rash. What's caused RJ's problem? What caused RJ's problem is an under-recognized and dangerous chemical toxic agent. It's something called glyoxylyl carbocysteine, or GC in short, and it's used in many popular hair products. The day before hospitalization, RJ straightened her hair at a hair salon. And while years ago, formaldehyde was used to straighten hair, today formaldehyde-free hair straightening products are used because they are supposed to be safer. This is a popular hair styling style called keratin technique. This new technique allows a smooth and a shiny hair look for up to several months. Over the last 2 decades, keratin technique, sometimes called Brazilian keratin technique, has become very popular. It's believed to enhance hair color and shine, and it may be applied on all types of hair. And one of the main selling points is the absence of formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a teratogenic agent, and acute exposure may result in skin lesions, headaches, eye irritation, and even AKI. This is why several countries including Brazil, Canada, and the European Union ban its use in straightening products. This led to an increase in the use of GC in hair straightening products. Now, this is very important. Products containing glyoxylyl carbocysteine, GC in short, are not banned today, and they are considered safe. However, we know now that GC can release formaldehyde when heated, like it happened to RJ when the hairdresser was straightening her hair. This is a serious problem that most people don't know about. In literature, 26 of AKI following hair straightening formaldehyde-free product exposure were reported. All cases were reported after 2019. The spectrum of injury and nephrotoxic effect ranges from mild to severe. Some of the women had to undergo RRT. Guys, be careful out there. These potentially nephrotoxic products are still on the market and still commonly used today. While we wait for tighter regulations to protect the consumer, the best we can do is spreading the awareness for this hidden danger. Now let's see how it ended for RJ. Was RJ able to make it home safe? In the case of RJ, AKI was a complication caused by exposure to hair straightening products branded as formaldehyde-free. After the staff found out about this, and thanks to the biopsy they performed, they were able to identify RJ's problem, interstitial nephritis, and this means that they could actually do something about it. They gave her prednisolone, a corticosteroid, for 1 week. This immediately reduced the inflammation, protecting her nephrons. 1 week later, serum creatinine decreased to a level of 0.98 milligrams per dl. A creatinine of 0.98 milligrams per dl means that she was able to make a full recovery. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless. And if you want to see more real stories like this one, please click the thumbnail up here.